Now, this is going to be a video about medication, and first off the bat, I'd like to just say that, of course, I think that the modern day medication that we have is absolutely incredible. It really is a miracle that we can cure diseases, we can prevent cancers. Like the cancer survival rate is shooting up with the research that we're doing, the cutting edge technology where we can actually go inside someone's brain while they're like alive, which is crazy, and change things. And we can put a leg back on that's become taken off, and you can put stents in people's valves and they can last forever. And I think that's absolutely incredible. Particularly in the country where I live, like a well-developed country, you can go into any supermarket and the likelihood that you can get a pain reliever is almost now 100%. That you can get Piriton and cough medicines, and if someone has an allergy, you can fix that now. You can cure you can't cure allergies, but you can manage allergies so they don't die from them. It's absolutely incredible, and gene therapy and all this new research that's being done, and I can't wait to see the things we're going to be able to do in 20, 30, 40, 50 years' time. They're going to be absolutely incredible. There may be a limit that we can reach because you can anti-age someone, but do we really want to be anti-aging? And to be honest, this is not a topic I want to get to in this video, because this is more of a philosophical debate. And it could be a 2-3 hour debate of what medicine is going to look like in the future. This is just a video to give you my opinion on it. And the opinion is you need to start having medicine less. We are too in the mind of, oh, I'm ill, I need to take medicine. Oh, I've got a headache, I need to take paracetamol. Oh, I've cut myself, I need to take antibiotics. Oh, I've done this, I need to take this. I understand that some medication you genuinely do need to take. If I've got a nut allergy, if I eat a nut, I genuinely need to have medication or I will die. But we've become too accustomed and too weak almost to say that we just run to medication. Your body is so finely tuned and adapted to dealing with these things that 90% of what you have on a yearly basis, like a cough or a cold or a fever, is there to protect you. A fever is there to protect you. Your body raises its temperature to make the environment more hostile to the pathogen or the bacteria, to mean it can kill it more likely and quicker. If you're preventing a fever because it makes you feel ill, you're actually preventing your body from helping you, and that's the education that people need. If you have a headache, the best cure, the likelihood is stress. So first of all, you need to decrease your stress levels. And again, that's a whole other video, because I believe stress is one of the largest killers of humans that no one talks about. If you have a headache, get a drink that you like, if that be coffee, water. Talking of medication, start drinking more lemon water. Start drinking more water in general, but get something that's going to get a drink or some food in you that's going to be healthy for you. Don't go and eat a burger, go and eat an apple. Eat some healthy food for once. Go and have a walk in nature for a solid hour, 2 hours, with no distractions. You can't be listening to music, you can't be on your phone. You just have to go and walk in nature, take in the environment, and just watch your headache disappear. That's the medication that you need. We really need to move away from just instantly thinking, I need to take some medication. Because not only is it costing us millions and billions of pounds, individually it costs money, and it costs the environment and the chemicals money. And it's just like the consumer society is not needed. And then it comes to the point of, the problem is we have a medication for everything nowadays. We have a problem in society, and then 10 years later, 5 years later, we'll have a medication to fix that. So I believe phones and modern day is increasing ADHD and brain disorders, depression, things like that. But instead of fixing the cause, we are masking the symptoms by just giving them medication. Here, take some ADHD tablets. Here, take some depression tablets. Here, take this, take this. Doctors are just giving out medication left, right, and centre to treat the patient. They're not treating the patient, they're masking the symptoms. To truly treat someone, you have to look at what's causing something. You can't start giving someone who's got ADHD medication but then allow them to go on their phones for 10 hours a day. That just doesn't work. We have an obesity crisis in the world. But what do? We don't fix obesity, we just make a drug that prevents it, that cures it. We just make a drug that makes people, the untold dangers of that are crazy. That it actually manipulates your brain to make you eat less. So first of all, eating less is not the cure to anything, to any obesity. It's what you eat. Fair enough, if you're extremely fat, you're going to have to eat less, burn more calories than you consume to lose weight, but it's about the healthy food. You can't just say, oh, I'm not hungry, but I eat a burger still. It doesn't work like that. And the weight loss tablets are just... Medication is just a mask for the cause. If you have a headache, don't just say, oh, I'll take medication. Think to yourself, what might have caused this headache? Is it stress? Is it the pollution? Is it the environment that you live in? Is it family worries? Have you just lost someone? You need to think about what's causing your problems. Don't just instantly say to the doctor, oh, I've got a stomach trouble, I need to go and have some antibiotics, or I need some medication to help with the pain. Oh, I've got acid reflux. Think what's causing that. It's your bad diet. If you start eating fruit and veg, your diet's going to be so much more healthier, and you're going to be more healthier. Drink more water. If you have a cough, coughing is not normal. I'm extremely healthy and I genuinely haven't had a cough or a cold, or I haven't been ill in at least 2 years now, since I really started going all in on health and the gym. Because it's not natural to have a cough constantly. It's the smoking and the pollution and your bad diet and your lack of exercise and the fact that you stay indoors. That's what's causing the illnesses. If you stop doing all that, you're going to be better. You're going to save the NHS money. You're going to have a much more fulfilling life. You're going to be able to do more stuff. You're going to be able to be more productive. Don't just take the medication to mask the symptoms. Medication, this is a famous, to manipulate medication into this quote that I have. Medication is just a solution, is a temporary solution for a permanent problem. The quote itself is, don't create temporary solutions for permanent problems. Fix the solution, fix the problem. Surely that makes more sense. To fix the problem, you don't have to then, you're healthier, B, you don't have to spend money on medication, C, you're saving the planet, money, resources, the world. Surely that makes more sense. But that's not what doctors are prescribing. Doctors are prescribing medication. These things need to change. You need to stop just going to your GP as soon as you have a cough. First of all, think what's causing your problem. Second of all, fix that thing, fix your life. You don't see people in tribes in Africa and the Amazon and Papua New Guinea having depression. It doesn't exist. Because it's not a natural thing. It's a thing that we made up. That you might say it's a cause for our society. Depression is a cause for our society. ADHD is a cause for society. Because of how messed up our Western civilization is, how unnatural our Western civilization is. If you have an unnatural society, you're going to have unnatural diseases. That's only natural. There's so many problems and things, but if you just fix this one thing, I think on an individual scale, this will really improve your life. If you start living a much healthier life, if you don't know how to do that, there's videos on YouTube. I've made other videos, past videos. But the key thing is diet. Number 1, diet. Number 2, exercise. Number 3, sleep. If you fix those 3 things, you'll be surprised at how better you feel. Like I say, I haven't been to the GP because I've been ill for 4 years since I started going to the gym. I haven't been ill for like 2, 3 years that I can think of, that I can remember. Even then, if I have a cough, I get over it within a day, within 2 days, and I know what's caused the cough. It might be because I slept, I went to bed too late the night before, or I've been out in the cold for too long because I live in England. Anyway, that's the thing. We need to stop just making medication to cure diseases that we cause on ourselves. We need to stop just we're going to cause more problems than good. There'll be a medication that all of a sudden cures smoking. Everyone's just going to start smoking again because, I'll just take a medication to stop the cough. Anti-aging. I'll just go out in the sun all the time, and because I can take medication that will stop my skin from wrinkling. It's going to go too far, and at what point are we going to say no? We don't want this medication to stop this. At what point are we going to say no? I mean, if you weren't born with an illness, then you don't have an illness. If you were born genetically, if you have less serotonin levels in your brain than everyone else, that is an illness. I understand that. That's genetic. If you are born with an allergy, that's genetic. You can't help it. If you are born with one arm, that's genetic. You can't help it. But everything else, all this stuff that goes on inside your brain, is because of our Western civilization. Again, it goes down to this. If you look at African tribes and Amazonian tribes, they probably don't get depressed. You won't see that. They probably don't have ADHD. They have other problems, don't get me wrong. They have like a lower in Africa there's like tribes that I think have lactose intolerance, but that makes them more susceptible to being immune to the malaria disease. So it sort of balances out, and you can see evolutionary why that would have happened. But evolutionary, depression wouldn't have existed. You don't think animals get depressed. The animals have one goal, and that only animal's goal is to survive the next day. They don't have these worries that we have about modern society. Can I pay my bills? And you might say that's a consequence of the luxuries that we live. Animals don't have a house. We have a house. Animals can't travel the world. We can do that. And that's a great thing. And I'm not saying it isn't, but you have to just. All I am saying is just think about the illnesses that you might get and you have, and just think what's causing them and fix that, rather than just taking a medication because it's accessible. That's all I'm saying. And I think medication is becoming too accessible, too cheap. People are going to it too quickly. I've had a headache for 2 days. I need paracetamol. I've got some pain in my head. I've got a headache. Paracetamol. Ibuprofen. I've got some hay fever's not natural either. That's because of pollution. Pollution and your mothers might have done things, and it's like part genetic, part pollution, part modern society. I don't think any African tribe or anyone living in the Amazon has ever had a hay fever in their entire lives. Hay fever has only existed for 5,000 years, which is minimal. Anyway, I mean, this could go on forever about medication and what things are needed and what aren't. I'm just saying this is the way that I live my life. You can choose to live how you want to live. If you have a cough and you've got a meeting the next day and you want to take throat tablets, by all means, go ahead and do it. I'm just saying these medications, again, have only been around for 50 years maximum, 60, 70 years maximum. We don't actually know how they're going to affect the body. Did you know that scientists don't actually know how paracetamol works? They don't. They know it works and they know the rough mechanisms, but don't actually know how it works. So who knows in 100 years' time, when these medications are sort of like building up in your body and they're being passed on from the next generation like microplastics are, who knows the consequences? If you take too much ibuprofen, you can create stomach ulcers, which are extremely unnatural. If you just have to look at side effects of certain medication, and they can be so detrimental to your health. So detrimental to your health. They mess with chemicals. Your body is so highly tuned and finely tuned to surviving that if you're introducing chemicals to it, it's not going to know what to do. It's going to have symptoms. Just please weigh up medication and fix your lifestyle rather than masking it. You're going to feel so much better. You really are. That's it, really. I mean, as always, I have another YouTube channel called All Terrain, which is the first link down below. And the second link down below is my book called Longitude, which is about global travel and adventure and medicine. Actually, the topic is medicine mainly, and medicine in the wilderness and when you haven't got certain things around you. Bit extreme medicine, like there's gunshots and poisonings and falling down rapids, but not hopefully something you won't ever encounter. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope it's made you think about how you live your life. I really do, because the NHS is in a crippling state. As economically it probably will always be, because it's not a good business model. You won't ever see the headline NHS has made profit, because it will always be in that state because it's not a business. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.